It's about that time. You are about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of the hosts and their subsidiaries. If you aren't sure, don't worry. We'll tell you. Or just look at our faces. You'll be able to tell. It's time to get this session started. Thanks for rolling up and showing up. Enjoy the show. What's up?
I gotta switch over my cameras.
Oh, I can't hear you. Whoa, that's because I didn't unmute. Here, there. Now I can hear you. I was on my end.
So I have to
Oh, wait.
switch over
Maybe it wasn't on.
because.
Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It was my fault. Cause you know I gotta mute myself to do the intro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like mute the sound. Oh, there's two of you on the screen. Why'd you change your camera?
Because my mic's all shit. My stuff's all messed up.
Cool.
I'm trying to figure out where I can hear everything normal.
Oh, I got you.
It's like my AirPod or something. I don't know, but like when both the computers are running and or the phone, I don't know, didn't work. Here I am. Hi.
It's been a day. It snowed today.
It snowed today. It looks like it wants to snow more. It snowed like a little last night. It hasn't really snowed today. I think it's about to dump some.
We got some this morning, but today it's been sunny all day, and I went sledding because that's what I needed to do. I almost let the darkness consume me today.
Hey, Cal.
Hey, Cal.
I am still sitting on the fence of the dark and light right now. I'm pretty not super stoked about being awake right now.
Yeah, I feel that. I felt that kind of all day, kind of grogginess. I felt like if I hadn't left the house, it would have been a much rougher day for me. So I was glad that I got out into the fresh air and did some sled. I made a snow angel too, which was perfection, by the way.
It was a really good snow angel. Yeah, I got out to walk the dog, but other than that, it's more just like feeling overwhelmed and like I'd rather just hide than do what I need to do, but I'm obviously going to bed, so
yeah,
I ain't got time for that.
Ain't got no time for that. Got time for sleeping? No. I know it's snowing all over. It's snowing in places that don't normally get snow. I heard there's snow in Missouri as well. So there's snow in Oklahoma. There's snow in Missouri. I think they got some snow on the East Coast.
Florida got down to like the 30s or something, and they were all like, "Oh my gosh!"
Their iguanas were falling out of the trees. So if y'all don't know, iguanas do this like hibernation thing when it gets too cold. And their body goes into this like hibernation. So then they just like freeze up.
Like coma, like, yeah.
And then like they fall over.
They'll fall out of their tree.
But they're not necessarily dead. I mean, they could be depending on how high the tree is.
Oh, yeah,
but they're not necessarily dead. When they fall over like that, they're just cold and hibernating. That's how their bodies work. I learned this when I had an iguana when I was a young girl.
If you have warped spaces, they always warn too, like about cats, like give your car a tap before you start your car because animals hide up in your like where it's warm.
Exactly. Well,
little things to be aware.
Survival of the fittest.
Of the fittest,
I suppose. All right, I got my King loaded. We got a new King promo code, so let's go ahead and give that out real quick.
I got it. I can put it up if you're...
I got it. Got it. Boom. It's on the ticker. We got a ticker.
Ticker.
How's everybody doing? Say hi if you come into the comments. This is the Cannabis Closet with Canna Queen and MJ. I don't know what that means, O'Donnell, but welcome. And today is Work Wednesday. I think that you got some work done on the logo.
Yeah, I'm working more on it now that I know which kitty we like to expand on. So the rough draft, which I didn't get into the pictures that I sent you, was the ribbon underneath that would have Queen Kitty and then the diamond. So I'm going to get those done. Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of piecing together now.
Okay. I worked on today and yesterday getting guests scheduled for February. I'm still working on that. So we got some pretty cool guests for February.
Yeah.
It is Black History Month. So we're going to definitely highlight important people, important inventions, important things that have happened in Black history. We're going to do that on every show.
Yeah, we've got some guests, some friends that we've had on before, but
definitely
want to bring back. We're really bringing on some new people, new guests that we've talked about, but getting them in.
Haven't had a chance yet. Super excited about it.
And if you're tuned in and you're sharing this later, like, we're looking for more guests. If we haven't reached out to you, it's because we know you're super uber busy, and we don't want to make you feel like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to, yeah, we definitely. There are people I want on so bad that I'm just like, I know.
I know. I know. Yeah. Again, just through social stuff. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my. But if you're hearing this, watching this, know of any Black-owned businesses, individuals that you would love to highlight for us to highlight in the cannabis industry,
link us
up. Send them our way.
Link us up. Yeah, we would love to hear perspective and highlight businesses, especially small businesses too.
Small businesses. Local.
So I don't think we really had anything to talk about today, but except to highlight a couple things in Black history and talk about a few things. But I guess we could talk about why I'm mad corner today.
Cool. Let's do
Why
it.
is Canna Queen upset today? First of all, I heard yesterday that there's another fucking TikTok beef.
Beef?
Yeah.
Who? Like,
I don't know the name. I mean, we know one of the people. It is a bunch of white ladies, from what I understand. Again, of course. And it's like, you're grown ass women, and this is TikTok. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one's not participating, but to the one who is, it's just like, what? Like, how bored are you? If I'm so bored that I'm making videos about somebody else and they're not really doing anything, that somebody else isn't really doing anything to like harm others, I got to find a hobby. That's all. I'm just saying, y'all are bored. And also, don't let a man dictate your actions. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh,
I don't feel like I feel.
Don't let anyone dictate your actions, my friends. Like,
yeah, don't let anyone dictate your actions, but specifically not a mediocre man.
But just specifically not a mediocre man.
Specifically, and also, I have to fill you in on a bunch of stuff because we didn't really get to talk today.
No, we didn't, or yesterday, because yesterday I was a mess too. So, what's going on?
I don't know if I could share a lot of this on the internet, but yeah, I got a lot of tea yesterday, and it was delicious. Hot brown water.
Teasing me, so we're.
Yeah, it's gonna be an after show. I'm teasing them too. So I guess you'll have to show up in the Discord to figure it out. I don't know. There it is. I said it.
Join
guys
us
wanna
in
join us?
Discord for the tea.
If you guys want to join us in Discord, like we're not really tea sharers in our Discord, so don't get that impression by any means.
No.
But also sometimes we have some good little jib jab to talk about. So join
Jib jab.
us, won't you? Join us,
Have you
won't
ever
you?
done a jib jab? Have you ever received one of those?
I've never that's probably a lie. I probably did. I remember the early days of jib jab. They were the coolest
Yeah.
things I'd ever seen
were
in
so
my whole
fun.
life. Yeah, you just put your face on a dancing elf, and you just be
And
like,
it did the whole like animated shit.
you just put your funny ass face. I used to pick like the funniest ass pictures too. Just be like, and then it would be like this dancing elf with my face, be like, you know, so weird.
It's great.
So the first thing I'm mad about is TikTok beef. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like over. Like I'm tired of hearing about it, you guys.
What does that mean? What does TikTok beef mean? Just that the
Like a
videos
beef.
go back
You
and
know,
forth.
like a beef. You know, like in the 80s when people had a
Yeah,
beef.
yeah, I know what a beef is, but like, what's the beef? Where's the beef?
It's like some girl is making videos outing some. Okay. I can tell part of the story. I'm just gonna leave names out of it, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah, I guess because I'm not on. I mean, yes, I'm on the.
So
I'm not on the TikTok.
So there's two people in this beef, whatever. One of the people was making a live video, or making a video or doing a live or something like that. And this was way back in October too, by the way. So it wasn't anytime like in the recent past. So this person was in their car making a TikTok video at a stoplight, and out of the corner of their eye, somebody was like approaching their car. Now, I'm not going to say where they live, but they do live in a place where some sketch shit happens sometimes. In a city where sketch shit happens sometimes, not necessarily their neighborhood or whatever. But anyways.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, this person is driving like at a stoplight, and then somebody was like, and then it like startled her, and she was like, oh my gosh. And it was a homeless person, and they pointed, and she pointed that out. She was like, oh, like the homeless around here, you know. I feel like she wasn't like, oh, the homeless, boo. She was like, oh shit, there's this random dude, probably.
Right.
Before I go on, because
okay,
I'm going to defend one person over the other because I think this is bullshit and stupid. I've not seen the video, but I don't think that this person would be like, boo, homeless people. I think it was more like, oh shit, there's a homeless man outside of my car doing something a little sketch, right? I'm trying to be delicate with this when I say it. I'm not downing homeless people who are without housing, you know. But also also when we talk about certain places in certain cities, I'm not trying to stereotype homeless people at all, but when we talk about certain places in certain cities, okay, so some people know who we're talking about. We're talking about certain places in certain cities. The homeless population is unfortunately are living on the streets and also indulging in what happens when you live on the streets, and that's some sketchy ass behavior. And so anyways, so when you're a small person, such as myself, such as you, such as a lot of people, you know, like, well, if you're a woman, even just if you're a woman sitting in your car and some sketch ass man comes up to your car and he happens to fit the description of a homeless person, sorry to say it that way, that's like she was an excited utterance. It wasn't like she was like, ew. you know?
Gotcha.
So this other person is making it like, I can't believe you would be down on the home, like blah, blah, blah. I think I also found out that this other person is being influenced by somebody that we know relatively well, somewhat well, that has also been our friend in the past. So, and also, I don't know, maybe this is what the drama that is enjoyed by those and their peers. But I think it's absolutely the point that I'm making, and I'm not telling you this story to get the beef going or not going, whatever. The point that I'm making is, y'all get the fuck off of TikTok and get your lives together. You're grown ass fucking adults. You're grown ass adults having a beef with somebody that you don't even fucking know. Like, if you sat down and talked to this person, y'all might probably would get along really fucking well, but because I don't know, like that drama is like a drug for some of y'all. That drama is like a drug for some of y'all. And it is
Drama is
scary to see y'all like fucking overdosing too. I see y'all out there overdosing on that drug called drama. I see you.
Hey, real quick, did you notice in the things that I sent, the crown being in front and the crown being in the back of the head?
Is it in the Facebook?
It is in the Facebook.
Well, let me look at it.
And I think it's only showing as it from behind, so I can certainly send you one.
Then my computer is being wonky right now. So then the other thing, while I'm trying to open this, my mouse is going like this past the little thing, so I can't.
Is it Max Headrooming?
Yeah, it totally is. It's living in the 90s right now. Max Headroom was actually the 80s, and yeah. Anyways, I would say if you don't know who that is, you're too young for this show, but that's not true. That's not true. What am I looking up? Facebook. The other thing that I was complaining about the other day, we were on a call the other day with somebody who does not know me, but I like, clearly I'm just going to be who I am wherever I go. And I just started complaining about the Medicare commercials. Because y'all, listen, I don't watch TV, but I like have like murder shows in the background while I'm typing emails and stuff. It's comforting. I don't know what to say to you. Listen, this person's never going to listen to this, but shout out to David Pakman, who has a podcast where he does, where he talks politics. Today is his birthday. He's one of the first people that got me into like shouting politics. And I was like, yes, sir. He doesn't even really shout. He's pretty calm. Anyways, so back to the Medicare commercial. So I'm doing the things, whatever. And there's a Medicare commercial in the background, and it's like, if you have parts A and B, you probably have parts A and B, but probably not C, and you probably need C. And I was like, why don't you just fucking give them part C? I don't understand why I gotta ask you for this.
If you should have it if you have part A and B.
Yeah, like what is happening right now? I was just mad. I'm overall mad about insurance across the board, because you guys already have heard me do the GoodRx rant, where I mean, it's not GoodRx's fault that they have a platform and a place in our society where insurance, like a coupon program, can beat my insurance rate. What the fuck kind of insurance do I have where a coupon will beat my insurance rate? Why am I even paying for insurance if that's the case? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It just irritates me. I mean, we just get nickeled and dimed in every place that you just can't get away from it. You just can't get away from it.
Mm-mm.
I had another Spectrum experience today. Do you want to hear about it?
Yes, it was the opposite spectrum of the spectrum, wasn't it?
I was like, hashtag she's no Jordan. Jordan, if you hear this, we love you. And we're friends now, so get in touch. So I called today because we got a new modem, and they said that we could set it up on our own, and we did. We hooked it all up how they said, but then it wouldn't. There was something in the system where it wouldn't communicate it properly. So then I had to call in, and like, I'm not gonna say her name because that's mean. But the minute she answered the phone, I knew that this was going to be a thing.
This was not
Because she
the
was
thing.
like, I don't want to be here. That's how she sounded when she answered the phone. I'm still trying to open this. Okay. So she was like, how can I help you? Like that kind of like, well, whatever the fuck, I'm here. You know, they pay me. So I tell her the problem is, you know, we hooked it all up. And literally, I don't know what she did on her end, but I barely spoke to her for like 5 minutes, and she was ready to send a technician out to my house. Now, first of all, y'all already made me pay $20. I thought that was for the purchase of the modem. No, I guess that's the rental fee or some shit. I don't know what it is. It's like they put it on your bill as like a personal installation fee. Like you personally installed it and we're going to charge you $20. I don't know what the fuck that $20 is for. But to not do it ourselves would have been like almost $50. So I was like, nah, we got it. We good. So she's like, I'm going to send a technician out. And I said, well, let me tell you something. I need internet to do my job. And a technician's not coming out to my house today. It's snowing. There ain't no technicians coming out to my house today. And I was like, I need to be on the internet by 3:00. I can't be without the internet. I know first world problems, but whatever. I pay for this shit. So she goes, okay. So then she says, hold on. And then she has to call like another department. And so when she comes back, she says that the person that she spoke to from the other department was going to send me a link because for some reason, even though it showed that I had authorized and signed all the documentation and everything, that for some reason, it wasn't reading it or whatever. So they wanted me to do it again. And I said, she really didn't want to be on the phone with me. I said, okay, well, I would like to stay on the phone with somebody while this link comes through to make sure that it works. But before I could finish that sentence, she was like, well, I'm not going to be working on it anymore. And I was like, I get that. And I'm trying to explain to her what happened to me yesterday. Even though I was on the phone for 2 hours, it was probably the most pleasant 2-hour conversation that I'd had with a service person ever. What happened to me yesterday though is they had sent me something to like verify my ID and everything, and that link wasn't working. So had they hung up with me, I would have had to call back, go through their automated system again, get another person on the line, explain the whole situation again. And I didn't want to do that. So I'm trying to tell her this. I'm trying to tell her this story. She's talking over me. And I go, why are you talking to me that way? I said, I'm just trying to explain to you that they sent me a link yesterday that didn't work. And I don't want you to hang up because if this link doesn't work, then we need to find a different solution instead of having me go through this all over again and explain this to a new person. And then so she puts me on hold again. And then she goes back to the guy. I don't know why. And then, well, I do know why. Because while we were doing that, she left again. And then when she came back, I go, oh, that link you sent me didn't work because I need the internet for the link that he sent me to work. And the internet is the problem right now. So had she hung up on me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, don't talk over your cuss. I never yelled at her. I always just use the same tone. Now my tone, as y'all know, is not flowers and rainbows. It's never gonna be. This is my voice. I don't know what to do with it, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I'm trying to get this done as efficiently as possible. Because listen, for anybody listening out there who is customer service, I feel like you already know this, but we don't want to be on the phone with you either. Like we don't. I haven't done it yet. I'm probably still going to do it because I can't stand this shit. I almost called them back after all of that to be like, hey, make sure you put my husband's name on authorized users because I don't want to talk to y'all no more. Like I'm like done talking to them about it.
Right.
And yesterday I was like, I was hopeful when I called today. I was like, I'm gonna get another Jordan. I'm gonna get another Jordan. I didn't get another Jordan.
You're like Jordan can't
She's
get
my standard.
her
She's my
direct
standard,
line.
and she should be making commercials. Spectrum, if you're listening to me, Jordan, I don't know which Jordan or where she is, but there's a recorded conversation for 2 hours. She went above and beyond, and she should be your poster child for customer service, and she also deserves a raise. Probably should put her in management. Eventually. So anyways, yeah, but at the end of the day, we got the internet working. Everybody left the phone call happy. Cause she came back. She was like, okay, I'm gonna go let him know that the link doesn't work. She kept hanging up on them and then calling them back. And I was just like, why are you doing that? Just stay on the line. I was like, it doesn't have, and I told her, I was like, it doesn't have to be you. I could be on the phone with him, but one of y'all got to stay on the phone with me.
Yeah.
So I told you I like this has got the gold legs in it, right?
Yeah, I'm looking more at the crown. I want you to go look at the
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure I hearted the right one.
Okay.
And what am I looking for on this crown?
So the crown is behind the ear, behind the head.
Just hold on, it's coming up.
Okay.
So anyways, it looks like it's behind the ear. Yeah.
Do you like that, or would you like me to send the front of the ear in front of the ear?
I want you to do on that part what you feel comfortable with, because I think it looks great. There's that little black line that probably shouldn't be there, but otherwise
it can or cannot be there. I know it's there. It's
that little line right there. I mean, it looks like just a stray hair.
Yeah.
So I don't think it should be there. Unless we're going to give a bunch of stray hairs there and make it look like it's got like a haircut thing, or she. Yeah, I think that's gotta. But anyways, yeah, otherwise, I like this one. This is my favorite one. There's something about it. I like it. You guys, you're gonna like this logo. It looks really amazing. So yeah, anyways, the solution to my problem, I think, is to put my husband on authorized users on Spectrum, and then I don't have to talk to them ever. And then if he gets another Jordan on the phone, just be like, oh, let me talk to her. Let me do it. Just kidding. Okay. So what's up next? How you doing? We're also, just for the record, we do not want a cross on the top of that crown. That definitely should be a cannabis leaf on top of that crown instead of a cross.
Got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is not about Jesus.
No, you're right, and I didn't even look at that. And again, I need to figure out that part.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it so that it was not missed. It is the beginning of Black History Month. We have big shows planned for the rest of the month, highlighting Black voices and raising them up, and highlighting Black businesses, Black-owned businesses. So we're super excited about that. And I don't know, today we were just going to talk about a few things that we saw in the news, and whatever you guys want to talk about, really.
Yeah, I mean, you had some little tidbits for today to get us fired up, and then like I said, we've got to.
So I have a couple things that I saved. Let me see if I can find them.
We are still looking for a February 7th guest. We are going to have a fun little Valentine's Day show.
Yeah, we're planning that out. That's
yeah,
gonna look really
planning
nice.
that out. We've got a little finance show. We got some cooking. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on. Okay, so I was gonna actually find more of these, and then I got sidetracked, as I do, by probably like an email or something to that effect.
Oh.
But I found a couple of videos today that I wanted to play at some point. Maybe not today, but like throughout the week. Oh, I thought that was something major. Ooh, it's just my lighter, y'all. It's fine. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably light up.
This is hideous. Like I picked up some pre-rolls from my dispensary, and it's shrink wrapped. So not only is it childproof, but it's shrink wrapped, and I can't get through the dang shrink wrap to even get to the childproof. I've been picking at this for since you started talking about today's topic.
Sorry. I hate when they shrink wrap it too, though. So the first Black History fact that I have for our show, and I want to like come with like at least one or two facts per show, or have highlights. Melanie Marie is the first Black woman to create a cannabis educational center this side of the Mississippi River. Salute to her, the Canna Education Collective. And that's a recent Black History fact. So she will go down in history.
Nice.
And I love that.
I
love that. So that's a beautiful thing. So congratulations, Melanie Marie.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
Friend her on Facebook.
We should. I'm going to try to add her. Let's see. I'm going to add friend. I love it. I love it.
And it's in, you said Louisiana?
It's in St. Louis.
St. Louis. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, dang, girl.
That's her hometown. We love Missouri, y'all. I do, at least.
I do. It's great.
I feel like we talk about Missouri a lot, but we got a lot of people out in Missouri. When we went to Missouri, the first time I went there, and then when we went back together, they welcomed us like we were family. They welcomed us with open arms. There was no bullshit there. There was like, I mean, there was a little bit of bullshit some places, but for the most part, a lot of the people that we met were like I just love them. I just love them.
Yeah.
And I look forward to our schedules getting coincided so that we could do some work together. There's a few people that I definitely want to work with, but both of us are so busy that we just can't. She said use a razor blade. Do you see her face right now? Does she look like she should be using a razor blade?
I used my fingernail. It worked. It was fine. I just had to get the right
angle.
Yeah. So I mean, but
Kelly just coming off with the razor blade. Kelly got razor blades in her pocket, y'all. Stay safe out there.
Talked off for Kel. Yeah, I do have I have a drawer. Does everyone have a junk drawer? Or is that just a certain
I think everybody has a junk drawer. Wait. Do you think there are people that don't have junk drawers? I think those people might be sociopaths.
I don't know. Should we take a poll? Is there anyone out there that does not have a junk drawer or does not know what a junk drawer means?
I feel like that's self-explanatory.
Mine is now like organized and it has purpose, but
let me write this down because on Spotify I can put little questions to pose to the audience. So I can put this as a poll. Does everybody have a junk drawer? Is this the poll? What do you want me to ask? Does everybody have a junk drawer? I'm asking you a question.
Does everybody have a junk drawer?
I'm asking you a question. This is, you got to answer the question. We got to talk back and forth to each other because I can't hear. I can only read what they're saying. I can't.
Yes. So
I'm just going to say, do you have a junk drawer?
Yes. Do you have?
And then it'll just be a yes or no. I don't know anyone either, and I also have multiple junk drawers throughout the house. There's definitely at least there's one in the kitchen. I would say that our silverware drawer in the back of it could also maybe right behind it where we keep like coupons and shit. That could also
junk cabinets.
I have we have definitely there's one in the bedroom. There's definitely one in the bedroom. There's also kind of a collective drawer on my desk here. So multiple, yeah.
I
can't think of a
piles. I
space.
have piles, so I pile things, and so they're not jugs. they're
I
specific
can't think of a
piles.
space that I occupy in a setting like this where I don't have a junk drawer. Like if I had an office in another space, there would be a junk drawer in that office. It would take me a minute to accumulate it, but there would be one. And then every once in a while I organize it. So that's weird. I do have some
No. Organizing my junk drawer was like in my kitchen at least was the best thing ever. So I just got like I have one of the metal mesh silverware organizers in there. But then I throw my pens in there, my cutting implements, my tapes, my rubber bands, all the shit that I would throw in there that would just be in gobs. All has its own space. I was very proud of myself when I did that one.
I'm proud of you too.
God help me, it was awful before then.
You are an organizer of sorts, though. You like packing cubes and stuff like that.
It's only because I've lived most of my life being a wreck, like my shit being everywhere.
She's like, I've been a shit show, so I just got it together.
My sister, she's shared a room with me for half our life. So like,
well, and you still do the explosions.
And I'm I have an artistic mind. I also have a very like, got everything has to be done in the way that I need it to be done mind. So it's.
But this bitch can Tetris the car like nobody I've ever seen. So there's that.
Yes, I can.
She's very good at that. She's very, very good. I know it's a skill you're proud of. So I wanted to highlight that today for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I am very proud of that. That and luggage. Like I can pack my bag to accommodate. I did a whole weekend out of my backpack, out of my work backpack, which is like a slim backpack.
Yeah. So you actually, there was like, was that the one where the boyfriend told you couldn't do it?
No, that was my first ski trip. That was the first like, oh yes, I can. Like,
so somebody told you can't take all that, and you were like,
all of it, but it less than 2 bags. So
nice,
2 bags.
I'm proud of you.
So yeah. I like to organize, and though, again, like I said, I am a shit show behind the curtain sometimes. Like, don't.
Me too. Behind that curtain right there. So I'm also an organized mess. So I'll get my shit together. You've seen it. I'll get my shit together. It'll be all organized, and then it'll just like explode for like, and that's on depression. Okay. So sometimes when I don't even realize how much I'm in my depression, the thing that lets me know is that I haven't put my laundry away. That's my, like, you haven't put your, because I have a hard time working in a messy space. And that's part of my problem too. So then I make a mess of the space, but then I got to clean it up before I can work. It's a whole thing. It's a procrastination.
It's a cycle.
Perfection, all this stuff. I'm working on it in therapy. Don't even worry. I got 2 therapy appointments this week, actually. But yeah, so I'm a mess behind my curtain too. Was the point of the story. Holla. Minnesota, I'm just looking at some headlines. Minnesota patients have access to herbal cannabis products will begin on March 1st. I haven't looked at this article yet, but this sounds interesting to me. We were just talking to somebody in Minnesota. Our friend Jen is also in Minnesota. Shout out to Cannabistic. If y'all see her, say what's up. We haven't talked to her in a minute. She's been
She's a busy chick.
Busy girl.
But I'm sure that weather's been whew.
Yeah, I bet their weather's been pounding on them too. Let's see. This computer is just the slowest thing right now. So qualified patients, what does that mean in Minnesota though? Like what makes you a qualified patient in Minnesota? because I feel like it's kind of strict, right? Is what I've heard. Maybe I should read it.
Yeah, I
though.
think we have very specific conditions, like very like limited medical
Yeah.
program.
Um,
Yeah, she was saying that in order to get cannabis for cancer, you must pretty much be terminal.
yeah, you gotta be terminal for cancer patients. So I'm gonna look that up. Not right now, but I'm gonna maybe get a little bit. Okay. It's not saying. I'm gonna look that up. So it says state lawmakers passed legislation last year so the program could offer patients the ability to purchase up to 2.5 ounces of medical cannabis flowers every 14 days. I mean, I guess. I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna try to find. Oh wait, wait. Here we go. We can just look it up on normal. We'll just go to we'll go to their little blurb about it.
There you go. Normal.
So, few headlines.
Earlier, before you told me what you wanted to do on the show, I had the title of the show as Hump Day Dump Day.
Hump day, dump day.
And I had
It's been dumping snow all day.
Yeah, I said Queen's letting MJ arting
Yeah.
maybe some headlines.
My horoscope today said that I had to like not it said I sent it to you, right? It said not to let the darkness win or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm fucking it says come on, where is it? And then I decided to do so. I almost killed myself this morning a couple times, y'all, because I'm doing this balance board thing.
Yeah, girl, mine's way not that scary.
Yeah.
I just
So
have
crazy.
the round disc, which is fairly sturdy, and then mine has a little bar underneath too. So
it's crazy. My horoscope today said you may be experiencing low energy. Check. A melancholy mood. Check. Scattered thinking. Check and check.
Check.
Because of this, you might come up with some reasonable excuses to just stay at home and put off whatever you're supposed to accomplish today. Check.
But you didn't stay at home. You went out sweaty.
But this was says, but you should find that if you push yourself, it will jumpstart your energy and you will feel happier and more motivated. Giving into the dark mood will only make it darker. The antidote for a dreary mindset is stimulation. Go out and look for reasons to be inspired. You shall find that there are plenty. And so I read that this morning. I sent that to you.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? I'm going to stimulate. So I got the balance board out and we have a crash pad, but I fell on it twice. And I could have probably prevented those falls too, but I just let myself fall into them.
Right.
But
you got to feel how it falls so that you can like roll with it,
Yeah.
Fall.
But I got up on that thing for a good, when I sent you a recording, and I know I didn't look like I was doing much on that, but I got up on that and like balanced on it for like a good 30 seconds, at least 30, 45 seconds, at least for like, and I was like, oh, when nobody's watching me, I could do this all day. But it's hard. It's difficult. It's what I don't know. You guys have seen that. There's a TikTok video. No, it's not TikTok. It's like Instagram. I've seen it on Facebook and Instagram. Where it's like a little like cylinder. about like this. And then they have these different boards. So they have like a snowboard one and they have like a paddleboard shaped one, sort of. They're not as long. They're just like little squares of the material and kind of in the shape or in the whatever. Yeah, the skateboard one and whatever. So we were just like, we could recreate that. And so we just got a roller, like one of those rollers you do on your back. And then we got a skateboard from Walmart and took the wheels off of it.
Just the deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so that's the balance on it.
That's great. That's excellent. I got mine because one of my neighbors left it out on the by the garbage, the dumpster. It just didn't have the rolly thing, so it's the topper of the burp back and forth. So I have that, and then I just use it on like the bouncy disc, this flat disc, it's for exercise disc or whatever, and kind of you can do the front back side. Emily likes to do it, so I left it over there for a bit.
I also have one of those curved plastic boards that like you have to balance on. Okay, so Minnesota's qualifying conditions is not just cancer, y'all. Okay, here we go. They have this is effective as of August of last year. So wait, there's just one starred one that was as of August of last year. I don't know how long these have been in effect. So age-related macular degeneration, that's your eyes. Alzheimer's, ALS. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Autism, cancer or wasting syndrome, also chronic pain, chronic vocal or motor tic disorder. So that's as of August of last year. Crohn's, glaucoma, HIV and AIDS, intractable pain, PTSD, seizures, severe and persistent muscle spasm. Sickle cell was added effective August of last year. Sleep apnea, terminal illness, and Tourette's. So that's a pretty decent list of qualifying conditions. Let's see. Patient possession limits a 30-day supply of non-inhaled forms of cannabis. So here's what we're talking about. They don't have, non-inhaled forms of cannabis. Beginning March 1st of this year, patients will also have access to herbal forms of cannabis. So they'll have access to flower. At that time, patients can purchase up to 2.5 ounces of medical cannabis flower per 14-day period from licensed providers. There is no home cultivation, but they aren't going to have things like vaporizers right now because it's non-inhaled forms. But with this herbal addition, maybe they'll add vaporized forms of cannabis as well. Maybe they'll encourage that. I don't know. But that vaporizer scare, I think, scared a lot of people off from that in general. Like a lot of states that weren't legalized.
Right.
And some that were trying to make laws against it. So, so that's what's happening in Minnesota. That's pretty good. Congratulations, Minnesota, on getting some flowers. We're happy for you. I saw something about Mississippi too. I want to look at that because you guys know I'm harped on Mississippi right now. I'm so mad at them right now. I can't even believe you guys. I can't believe. Oh, I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's, that the corruption is there, but you're just like, I am, holy shit. That's how I feel. Like I knew it could happen, but I didn't know you would do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew you probably are capable of doing it, but I didn't really think you would do it. That's how I feel about it. That's I mean, I think this is accurate. That's an accurate emotional response to America today. I knew you were going to do it, but I didn't actually think you was going to do it. So thank you for that. Appreciate y'all. I'm trying to get back to the page that I saw the headlines on. Y'all, please read past the headlines. I can't anymore. I can't with people that are like telling me what's the truth about something when they haven't even read the damn article. You telling me the truth about something based on a headline you read? You better stop it.
Yeah,
Okay.
read that article.
There's a couple on here that I'm kind of interested in. Mississippi lawmakers advance medical cannabis access bill to governor's desk. So now they're just taking it to the governor. Let's see what it says. You know what I do want to talk about before we leave? It'll be not about cannabis, but it will be kind of in the vein of just highlighting powerful Black and brown people. Is this NFL coach that just lost his job for taking a stand against the NFL. So I definitely want to talk about that, and don't let me forget, because I think this is so interesting to talk about. But let's get through some headlines first, because I think this is important too. Lawmakers advance this bill. Okay, so members of the House and Senate have agreed on legislation for the Mississippi Cannabis Act to establish a system of licensed dispensaries to provide medical cannabis to qualified patients. I'm going to look at that later. I said that about the Minnesota thing, and then I couldn't wait. So we'll see what happens by the end of the story. Well, I'm interested because I haven't read this bill yet. Senate members initially, maybe it'll just tell us what it says in here. The Senate members initially approved the bill by a vote of 47-5. Senate members then approved an amended version of the bill by a vote of 104-14. Lawmakers on Wednesday approved a final version of legislation in conference committee. How you doing this evening? Commenting on the bill's progress, normal state policies manager Jax James said this news is arguably bittersweet for Mississippi patients. I always like to know what they think about this too. While these steps forward are a welcome development, they are also long overdue. The overwhelming majority of voters decided in favor of this policy change over a year ago, and for the past 14 months, the will of the people has been denied as a result of the actions of the state Supreme Court and the governor. Amen, bro. Okay, so this is what the measure that they're putting through is going to provide. First of all, Republican Governor Tate Reeves in Mississippi, pay attention to this person. He has repeatedly threatened to veto the measure, but it has ample support from lawmakers to override a veto. So, but also, like, should you keep your job if you're not listening to the will of the people? Your whole job is to be a representative of the people. That's your whole fucking job, and you're not doing that. Okay, because you don't like marijuana. Okay, sure. Okay, so what this measure permits qualified patients to purchase up to an eighth of cannabis flower, or up to an eighth of cannabis flower, up to 1 gram of cannabis concentrate per day. Per day. Patients will be limited to purchasing no more than 3 ounces a month. Y'all don't even. Flour will be capped at 30%. Oh, God. Concentrated products will be capped at 60%. Oh, my God. I am just. The measure places no limit on the number of licensed dispensaries that may be operational at any time. Cannabis purchases will be subject to state 7% sales tax. So they're going to tax their medical patients, their state sales tax, and an additional 5% excise tax. So they're going to tax their patients. It's awesome. Oh, wow.
You might as well just call it adult use.
Oh, wow. I mean, then they'll do an adult use program in a year from now or two, and then they'll tack on like a 27% tax. I can't with that. Like, I I am a spoiled brat. I buy at least an ounce a week, at least. And that's just in flour. That doesn't include the pre-rolls that I buy and the concentrates that I buy. That's just flour.
Yeah.
That is, you're telling an eighth a day? Do you know how much I smoke a day? An eighth a day? Listen here. Listen, anybody in any state that has any control over this, if you hear my voice, putting these kind of caps on cannabis and also putting extra taxes and charging extra, like more than you need to for the actual flour or the product itself, and shoving your pockets full. I get it. You're shoving your pockets full of money. But if you're true to your word, which you're not, but if you are true to your word and you really want to do something about the underground market and get people buying regulated cannabis that's been tested and for the most part, not always. Oh, we have a recall to talk about. For the most part, not always though. Is safe for consumers. You're not doing that by overcharging them and limiting them to an eighth of flour a day. An eighth? What are you talking about? An eighth of flour a day? That's my morning, baby. That's my wake and bake. What are you talking about? That's how I even make it to work in the morning. Are you kidding me right now? At minimum an ounce a week. So this is kind of crazy. But okay, but
it's crazy. It's like why who determines the obviously we know who determines the
lawmakers. That's the problem.
Why those numbers?
That's the problem. That's why we always tell you guys, if you can show up. Because these lawmakers, they've been stigmatizing cannabis for their whole careers, for their whole lives, forever. And they're doing it to benefit themselves at this point because they make money off of it. But literally, they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. And then they put these crazy limits. An eighth a day? An eighth or a gram. It's not both. It's an eighth or a gram. It's like, y'all are going to drive people back into the underground market, which I think fine. But also, you know my feelings on it. I think people in the underground market should have access to legitimate and legalized cannabis. And I especially think that they should be able to provide as caregivers and have access to testing that is affordable for them so that they can test their product and make sure that it's safe for the consumers. I think that, people who have been arrested, fined, pushed out of the industry because of laws and bullshit regulations should be welcomed into the industry and should have a place and a piece of the pie, like
For
the Jefferson.
Like consulting, they should be doing.
They should be hands-on too. They
everything.
They shouldn't be limited to ancillary businesses. They
should do whatever they would like.
I mean, a business is a business, right?
If they got a business plan, they should be able to do it.
I mean, yeah, they should, because we don't, and we're doing it. We have a business plan. It's like all up here. Our business plan is to act it out. It's like charades. If you're paying attention,
it's a living
breathing, non-document vision, not a board. It's a vision. It's not on a board. There's a lot of things we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't have time to do any of them. So that was in Mississippi. You guys, this, I don't know how he could reject that law. I just don't. It's so sad. It's going to be like 5 years from now. I'm going to be on here railing against legalized cannabis and talking about the scam that it is or some shit like that. I'm just not going to be.
I
Because I think,
mean,
like, I'm sitting here, like, thinking, I'm like, listen, look at this control that they've got over us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking when I'm reading these bullshit laws. I'm just like, what?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is I'm not going to read this story. This headline pretty much says it, but definitely go check out normal.org. New York regulators expand medical cannabis eligibility to include any patient for whom a practitioner believes will benefit from cannabis. There it is. Boom.
Time is it?
Oh, it is 4:20 on the West Coast. What's up? What's up? Butterfly in the sky. That's what that sounds like. That's what that alarm sounds like. I can go twice as high. Okay, it's not that, but it did sound like Reading Rainbow, y'all. I'm gonna get sued.
Try some of the beats over here. Yeah.
Butterfly in the sky. You remember Reading Rainbow? I loved that show when I was a kid. Okay. If you don't know, Google it. Ohio's looking at an adult use initiative, so go check out that story. They're looking to put it on the ballot for voters to vote on in November if legislators fail to act. That's their threat. Oh, God. Okay, and then South Dakota still living in the fucking 1800s. No, because it was legal in the 1800s. I don't know, 1937. Lawmakers reject legislative efforts to restrict. Lawmakers are rejecting legislative efforts to restrict medical cannabis. So there are some lawmakers living in 2022. So thank you very much. Let's look at this one real quick. And then I want to talk about this NFL coach because I've been reading it. Do you guys follow Sean King? I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. But I follow him. I've seen some people love him, some people hate him for whatever reasons. But generally,
people that don't know who Sean King is, give us a brief.
So Sean King, Shaun King, is an activist, and he is a journalist. He has a podcast, and he's always. I always feel like he's fighting in the right fight. So he's always bringing like really good information to the forefront. He's the reason that we know names like Ahmaud Arbery. I think he's at least part of the reason that we know names like that we know names like Sandra Bland and Philando Castillo. He brought to light, actually, I think, maybe not on his own. He works with some law firms and stuff that also, get wind of this. But for example, with Ahmaud Arbery, that happened in February, and we didn't find out for months afterwards. The public did not know that had even happened. And so he really, in my opinion, he I don't have an opinion about him as a person. I don't know him as a person, but as far as like what he puts out, as far as newsworthiness, I have found it to be accurate news reporting. So he has been on a mission to point out, he said this at the beginning of the year in one of his posts, and I'm not going to go back that far for him, but he said on one of his posts earlier this year, maybe at the end of last year, that he was going to really be focusing on the discrimination that's happening in the NFL and the fact that they only had one black coach out of 32 coaches in the NFL in a organization that has 70% black players. So 70% of their players are black, but their leadership is less than 1% black. There's 0 black owners in the NFL. 0. So he's like bringing light to this kind of stuff. Right. And then so recently the black coach that he was talking about, I'm going to pull his page up real quick, has filed a lawsuit against the NFL. And in that lawsuit, he is claiming that the league has discriminated and used racist hiring tactics, basically. He says the league has operated in a manner consistent with white supremacy culture, which is the act of readjusting its strategies to maintain loyalty from the same demographic it regularly marginalizes. Brian Flores acknowledged that his class action lawsuit will most likely indefinitely take him out of the running to be considered for any other head coaching offers. He's fully aware of the organization that has been employing him. And while critics of the NFL have long compared its business practices to plantation era businesses where the viral black workforce labored under unfavorable conditions to the benefit of its white owners, it is still uncertain if there is any instance where the league will throw a flag on the play against the black workforce that will be perceived as dastardly enough to take away its black support for the long haul. So that was an excerpt from a piece written by Donnie Rose, the North Star, that was written today. So what is his name? NFL head coach Brian Flores is the name of the gentleman filing the lawsuit. Former NFL coach filed a lawsuit against the NFL and 3 specific teams for blatant racism and discrimination in their hiring patterns and practices. So, and then on his podcast, he kind of broke that down. There are people reporting. Okay, so this is the interesting part. I watch football. I kind of watch it on. If I get mad at my team, I'd be like, I'm not watching you anymore, and then I just be like watching the scores from the back, be like this, like whatever. But I didn't even know any of this stuff was happening. But there are individuals who are coming forward to state that not only are the hiring practices that he's claiming is that true, not only is that true, but that black coaches in the past have been paid, and their staff have been paid to lose a season and then get fired at the end of the season for losing the season. So there's that kind of corruption happening in there too. So when he files this lawsuit, then there's a smear campaign that starts happening, right? That he's hard to work with and stuff. So they start smearing his name and saying that he's a difficult person to work with, and that's why he was fired, and like that's why, etc. But people are coming forward. I've worked with him for years. The fact that he's hard to work with is news to me. His coaching style is what you'd expect from a great teacher, demanding, detailed, and heightened sense of urgency to make corrections. This is the standard of coaching in the NFL. Unfortunately, if you're a black man, this can lead to a smear campaign, keeping you from other opportunities. Now, here's my question. Do you guys think this is going to work? Because this gentleman filed a class action lawsuit against the NFL and 3 teams. I want to say the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the Miami Dolphins, and the Giants, the New York Giants. Oh, and the Broncos are on there too. Yeah, just I wonder if this is going to work. So I was talking about this the other day, and we were talking about how Colin Kaepernick, he knelt and then he got blackballed from playing in the NFL, even though he was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL at the time. Yes, he's turned losing teams. Exactly. He's turned losing teams around, this coach. But what Colin Kaepernick did, I think, was kind of the start of this. But had he been in a position to sue the NFL, or to sue for something like that, that might have maybe woken some people up a little bit more. But Colin Kaepernick, I think, was making a more blanket statement about how society, there's systemic racism just built into our society, and we're tired of seeing black men killed, black boys killed on the street because why? Because they're black. And so then he gets blackballed, right? This guy's also not going to work in the NFL ever again. But also, does it change the way the NFL does things? Because now they're being highlighted. He knows he's never going to get hired again. He knows that. And he's like, this is what I'm going to do. Listen, I'm not going to say nothing, but this man probably has a little nest eggs put back. And also, correspondent, baby. Correspondent. I bet he could still get a correspondent position. I mean, he's all the rage right now. Or at least when this is all over with, however it goes. But yeah, does this bring, even win or lose on his end, if he wins or if he loses, does the NFL change its practices? Because they're being outed right now. They're these people who have worked for the NFL, who have worked with Brian Flores, who have had similar experiences, are getting on and confirming everything that he's saying, and there's documentation to everything, to a lot of what he's saying. I can't say everything because I don't know. I'm not on his legal team, but the win or lose, does this change the way the NFL operates? Because they're being outed publicly. Is my question.
I don't have an answer for you on that one, because
I don't think anybody really does. But I mean, I just think it's a really brave thing that he's doing. He's putting his whole career on. I mean, he's never gonna, maybe colleges, he can get hired as a college coach again or something like that. But he's never gonna again. Not in the NFL. I mean, there's other pro team organizations, maybe an international team he could coach even. I'm trying to get this man hired somewhere else. But yeah,
I think the highlight on him being that this is what it is. You never know what might happen for him or what direction he may want to go from this. I think that it's yeah.
I think he's making a big statement, and it's important to highlight this. And nobody thinks about it. The NFL, because it's a sports team, and they will try to shut him down. And I do hope that he has safety precautions and security and such. Because they'll do and maybe like they'll try to pay a settlement. But if he's doing this for the reasons that I think he's doing it for, he's not going to agree to that. He's not going to agree to no settlements of hush money, I don't think.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, I don't. For somebody to risk their whole career, this is what. One of the things before it was announced that that Brian Flores was going to file, or that he had filed this class action lawsuit. Sean King had posted 2 more white coordinators in the NFL were just given head coaching jobs for the Broncos and the Bears. And the NFL still has just 1 black head coach. It's outrageous. 1 of 32. Starts at the top. Team owners are 0% black, GMs are 10% black, and players are 70% black. So their workforce 70% black, but their leadership no representation, or very little representation.
Right.
So I think we'll see what happens with this. We'll follow this story and bring it to you like on Wednesdays with updates and stuff. But I hope he wins something. I hope something changes. That's the win I think he wants to see, and that's the one we would like to see too. We would like to see more representation. It's important, you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Especially it's
really important to have representation of just, I know it's the NFL, so it seems juvenile, right? But these are people that have worked their whole lives to be a part of something big, and this is like really important to them. But if it's happening in an organization like the NFL, where else is it happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is a good old boy or network. It is absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah, man, crazy news day. Well, did you guys enjoy the show today? I hope that you did. It was full of lots of information. We have some very exciting guests that we've lined up for the month of February. And we also have some open slots in February. So if you have something you want to come on to the podcast and talk about, hit us up at cannabiscloset420@gmail.com. And we'll have a conversation and see if it's something that we can do on the show. Yeah, we have a few more slots. I'm very excited, even though I'm not gonna be here on February 14th. I'm gonna try to pop in, but we're just planning for me to not be here for February 14th. But I'm excited for what the show is for February 14th. So I hope I'm just really excited about it. So I hope you guys have fun doing that show. And then we have some other guests that we're lining up. And their faces, a lot of them that you've seen before, but they just have such good energy and such important things to say. And so we're bringing them back, and we're going to highlight some people.
Yes.
And we got some new people too. Like there's some new names on the list, which I'm stupid excited about. So that'll be on February 14th for that fun show. But then for the month of February, that's what we're lining up now. And I think, I don't know, actually, let me look and see if do we have somebody lined up for the 7th?
We don't. I was just looking at the calendar. We don't.
I will by the end of the week. We'll have somebody lined up for the 7th by the end of the week, and then we'll have that flyer out for you guys. Make sure you like, follow, and share. We are trying to get our numbers up this year on all of our platforms. So definitely check us out. You can look at solo.to/cannabiscloset420 for most of our links. The most important ones are on there, I promise. And we're also on the ones that aren't on there, I think, is Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. We're also on those platforms too. I just haven't added them to our solo account yet. You can come hang out with us in Discord if you want to. I got some juicy gossip for later. So if you guys want to come join us in Discord, come hang out with us. And anytime, once you join Discord, if you're in there and you don't see somebody in there, just go into the main chat and just at anybody want to smoke. Sometimes people will answer you, and then you guys can go hang out and smoke sesh. And if not, still you're gonna smoke anyway. You can go on with your day. What's up? Where have you been? So we're gonna line up a really dope guest for the 7th. I'm sure of it. And I think that's it. Yeah. What about you?
I'm just working on artwork. I gotta attend to some clinic stuff.
Yeah.
Lady stuff.
Clinic stuff. Work Wednesday. You guys, it's been an amazing show. We had a lot of fun. I loved all of the topics. I hope you did too. And don't forget to take care of yourselves and be nice to yourselves. Put your mask on before assisting others.
Yes, we have cultivate love. You deserve it.
Stay lifted. Stay lifted. Stay lifted. Stay lifted. We love you guys. We'll see you on Monday, 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and where else are we? YouTube also. And we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. We'll see you on Monday at 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. Have a wonderful and lifted evening, everybody.
Cannabis Closet Podcast out.